Can AI decipher ancient scripts? There are a bunch of scripts or writing systems out there that epigraphers have never been able to decipher, like the Biblo-syllabary inscriptions found in modern Lebanon, or the Cypro-Minoan syllabary found in about 250 inscriptions on the island of Cyprus, or the Indus Valley script found in about 4,000 inscriptions, which represents the unknown Harappan language spoken by the Indus Valley civilization. And there are two things that make these kind of scripts impossible for linguists or epigraphers to decipher. One, we don't even know what language these writing systems are supposed to represent. And whatever language they do represent isn't related to any language that we have information about. They come from other language families that have been lost to history, so we don't have any documentation of them. If these scripts represented a language from a family we knew something about, we probably would have deciphered them already. The second issue is that there's no useful context for figuring out what these symbols are supposed to mean. Sometimes it's obvious that certain symbols represent, say, names or numbers, but we still don't know which specific sound, syllable, or word those symbols are supposed to represent. It's arbitrary. This is the arbitrariness problem. You can't tell what a random symbol is supposed to represent just by looking at it. Even though Egyptian hieroglyphs look pictographic, they're actually pretty arbitrary. Some symbols actually represent sounds rather than ideas or words, and even though other symbols look like pictures, you can't guess their meaning just by looking at them. For example, try to guess the meaning of these symbols. They're the logograms for sun, house, reed, and mountain, respectively. You wouldn't be able to tell that just from looking at that. These are what epigraphers call translucent signs rather than transparent signs. You still have to learn the pairings between the symbol and their meaning. Epigraphers were able to decipher ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs because they found a text written in both ancient Egyptian and a more modern script called Demotic that scholars already knew how to read. This text is, of course, the famous Rosetta Stone. And that's usually what you need to decipher a writing system. You either need a text that's written in two languages or in two scripts. So, can AI overcome these hurdles for us? No matter how good AI gets, it cannot solve the arbitrariness problem for us. If a symbol can have an infinite number of possible meanings, no machine in the world can work out all of those possible combinations for us. And even if it could, we would have no way of knowing whether it were correct. Just like humans, AI would need bilingual or biscriptal texts in order to be able to decipher these writing systems. And even if you did have bilingual or biscriptal texts, AI might not actually be that helpful because AI relies on big data in order to work effectively. And most undeciphered scripts have just a few dozen or a few hundred or maybe at most a few thousand inscriptions to work from. That's not enough for AI to work well. So no, AI is probably not going to be much help in deciphering ancient scripts unless we happen to find a huge cache of bilingual or biscriptal texts anytime soon. If you want to learn more about language and writing systems, give me a follow.